So back to the numbers, 1,400 register, 700 show up. Um, what are you seeing online in terms of, let's call it hospitality? Um, I'm hearing about things like greeters. I'm hearing
Mm,
about people manning the help desk for people
mm.
in chat to get organized. Do you have a team that you work with? If so, how many people are on it? What's your preferred scenario?
Yeah, sure. So we definitely have that kind of behind the stage type team moderating the chat, warming up the chat. I mean, that's, to get, again, get people excited. Ask them where you're calling from or where you're participating from. And
100%.
if you go back and look at some of our events from the Zone Summit, guys like Jason Brown just knocked it out of the park, getting the room warmed up, through chat.
Yeah.
And so there's great techniques that you can use to really get people excited. Again, warm them up so they can receive that information that's about to be shared. But we also have the folks that are monitoring to make sure we keep the Zoom bombers out. If you don't have a first and last name, if it's just Bob's iPhone, we're probably not going to let you in. So you need that sort of firewall to make sure that you don't have any nefarious people joining your event.
Yeah.
And just folks there that can support if folks are having any sort of technical issues on the back end, make sure that you can help them out.
Yeah.
Um, One of the other things that we did that I think made it really helpful for folks is some of these Zoom links that you create are just horrible. They're, zoom.com/ and then about 30 or 40 characters. We used rebranded links. And so our official website was thesummitofchampions.com. And so, or .org. So what we did was we created a branded link, go.summitofchampions.org/summit1, summit2, summit3. And so folks didn't have to remember that crazy Zoom link. They could just go to that summit1, summit2, summit3 link, and it was very easy to find. So we mitigated a lot of that challenge of going and digging into your email to find those links just by creating those rebranded links. And it also, from a production perspective, it was a kind of a redundancy type risk mitigation technique.
Yeah.
Because if anything happened to one of those Zoom links or one of those Zoom webinars that we set up and something went wrong, we could quickly regenerate a new Zoom link and rebrand it using that rebranded link and not have to worry about distributing it again, because the only thing they saw was that rebranded link. So it
Yeah.
protected us. If anything ever happened, we could quickly on a dime spin up a new one and not have to worry about sending the link out.
So let's talk about
So
this so people know exactly how to do this. I'm guessing you're using tinyURL or Bitly or something to create that abbreviated link.
we used a service called Rebrandedly, and it's I think it's free for um, maybe one or two domains, and you can create these custom domains, rebranded domains. I think they have a higher version of the service for $29 per month, where you can track where all your folks are coming from.
Yeah.
But I use this a lot down here in Zone 34. Instead of giving out these crazy links to our Canva channel or Vimeo or some of our different channels, we just use like a rebranded link. And so it makes it very easy to, off the top of your mind, just remember the link instead of a very hard, complex link.
Yeah. You
So
now, so is it Rebrandly, Rebrandly?
rebrandly.com, and it's a
Okay.
great service. Yeah.
Okay. So let's break this down for people that may not be following.
Yeah.
Zoom typically generates a 30 or 40 character link. And this is because it's encrypted and they have their own formula for kicking out this link. And so in order for people to register, they have to go to this link. Now, it's not a problem if all they have to do is click on something that's in an email, although Marshall did say sometimes you have trouble finding the email or whatever. But I thought it was brilliant the way that you're creating a brand. It could even be, say, the hashtag.
That's right.
Right, because now you're the whole thing here is to try to get people's brains, the synapses in their brain, to make connections so they don't feel like they're uncomfortable or out of touch. And if you can save them some problems with the help desk in the early part of the registration process, man, you're golden. Another reason to do this, it occurs to me, is you can't share the long ass URL that Zoom gives you anywhere except in an email. But your marketing campaign calls for graphics on Instagram, JPEGs on Facebook. Um, uh, the district governor's going around telling everybody to sign up. He could never read that crazy URL, but
Right.
if he can just memorize the domain part of it, and then what's called the rebranded part of it, what Marshall's calling the rebranded part of it, he could actually just spout it out, articulate it. If he says it 10 times, he has it memorized.
That's
Everybody
right.
would.
And it was very easy because we did the plenary sessions, and then we had breakout sessions, and it was just slash track one, slash track two, slash track three. You didn't have to remember all the different links for all the different events.
Yeah.
We had 17 breakout sessions. I can't imagine trying to create 17 unique Zoom meetings and getting everyone to figure that out. We just had 6 tracks, and people just bounced around from track to track. And it was so much easier to do it that way than it would be to create 17 unique um, uh, Zoom meetings.
And to do the breakouts, you were using the breakout room template or formula that Zoom provides?
No, we what we did was we had 6 tracks, and each track had 3 breakout sessions in it, except one had 2. That's where we got 17. And we just started all of them at the same time at 10 a.m. and let them run straight through until 3 p.m. Didn't stop them and shut them down in between each breakout. Again, because I didn't want to create 17 unique meetings. So we created 6, let them go straight through. And again, at any point, if the tech that was running one of those breakout tracks inadvertently shut that one down, we could quickly spin up a new one and
Yeah.
use that rebranded link. So it was a kind of a redundancy type thing, but it was also to simplify the process. Instead of managing 17 breakouts, we had 6.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah,
You recorded the sessions?
we did. All of them were recorded, and we told folks that they would be available within 2 hours of the session. And here's the beauty of those rebranded links again. So within 2 hours of the end of each session, we had that recording with a fancy, graphic thumbnail on it in our Vimeo channel for them to watch. But we took that rebranded link that earlier that they used to get into the session.
Yeah.
Now, if they used it 2 hours later, they go straight to the recording. So they don't have to remember a link for the recording. They just know I
Genius.
use this same link 2 hours later and I get to watch it again.
Genius. Now you put it on a bunch of platforms. I always tell people when you're doing these events, you got to expand your brain, man. Too many people just thinking about the event in real time. But in today's day and age with social media and email and even remarketing or rebranding, not remarketing after the event is done, by making the recording available on different platforms, you get a chance to get more eyes. And if the content is really good, it doesn't matter if they see it a week later, 2 months later, 3 months later. In fact, if it was a Hallmark speaker, you could have bragging rights forever. But
A
you
lot of
have
this
to
content,
create the recordings, and then you have to make the damn recordings available. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken and counted on the other person to record my stuff, and I never see the video again. And I was
that's
good
right.
that day.
You'll never know. No, that's exactly it. And so much of this content, it truly can be evergreen, or it lasts for a while. I remember reading one of your blog posts recently, and you're asking, has anyone been successful in getting over 500 views for a video and stuff like that? And we've actually published some of our old webinars from the RPIC Zone 34 RPIC team, and we still, I think we have nearly 1,000 views on a lot of these things. I remember I had a conversation with you on something about hashtags, and I sent you the link to the hashtag,
Right.
and that one has gotten a lot of content. I want to redo that one, but this content, a lot of times it can just, it can go forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you do good content, you definitely want to make sure that you capture that moment and can share it.